All right. Hello, loves. This is going to be your writing lesson for April 6th. So, the first thing we're going to need to do, you're going to be writing a letter this week. And it's going to be a friendly letter addressed to me. And the great thing about this is if you decide that you actually want to mail me this letter at the end of the week, if you have a way to print your letter off, or if you want to copy it on paper and you send it to me, I will actually write a letter back to you. But we'll talk a little more about that later. So this week you're going to be writing a letter to me, kind of filling me in on what you've been doing and what you want to be doing, since we're not actually in school right now. So in order to do that, the first thing we need to do is get a Google Doc set up. So there's a couple of different ways that you can get to your Google Docs. You might have at the bottom of your computer screen a little blue rectangle that looks like it has lines in it. You can click that and it will take you to your Google Docs. If you can't find that little blue piece of paper, see, it takes me to my Google Docs. If you can't find that little blue part, if you go to your Google homepage and you go up to the corner where it looks like it has this little grid, if you click on that, you can also click on the little blue Docs icon from there, and it will take you to your Google Docs. So once you get into your Google Docs, you're going to want to click on a blank doc. And then wait for it to load. All right, once your doc comes up, when you first open a doc, the title is going to say untitled document. Well, I need to know what it is you're submitting to me, right? I need to know which assignment this is. So you're going to click up here in the box where it says untitled doc. Okay, and it's going to highlight that, so you can just backspace to delete what's already there. And then I want you to give it the title, Friendly Letter. Okay. And then right away, so that we don't forget, I want you to go up to the little share box and click on that. You're going to need to share your letter with me. Once you share it with me this first time, I will be able to see any changes that you make to your documents. You won't have to share it every day, just this one time. So once your little share box pops up, you're going to type in my email address. And if you've typed in my email on a Google Doc before, it might pop up for you. See how mine popped up here? So you can just click on that. You will know that you typed in my email correctly if this little picture of my husband and me and tiny Eli shows up. Okay, so that's how you know that you spelled it right. And then you're just going to click send, and it will share it with me. Okay, so again, once you've done that, you won't have to do it anymore. Next thing that we need to do is get our letter started. So as you were watching the Dear Dragon, I had directions for you to watch for how do all of their letters start. And every single letter, either from the dragon or from the boy, the very first thing on their letter was the date. It's helpful when you write a letter for a person to know when you wrote that letter, because sometimes mail takes a while to get there and people want to know, okay, what day did they write it? So I want you to go up to the top where it has these little buttons with lines. And I want you to click on the one, if you kind of hover over it with your little mouse, it says write a line. So if you click that, it's going to move your cursor, which is this little blinking line, to the right side of the page. The date on a letter usually goes at the top right corner. So we're going to go ahead and type today's date, which is April 6th, 2020. Okay. So go ahead and type your date on your screen. After you type your date, we need to leave some spaces to keep our letter looking neat and organized. So I want you to push the enter button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. After you push the enter button 3 times, go back to the top, because we want to move our little cursor back over to the left side, which is normally where we start our sentences. So go back up to the top, and this time you want to click on the button that says left align. And when you do that, it's going to move your cursor back over to the other side where it normally is. The next thing that I noticed about each of the letters from the dragon and the boy is they all started with a greeting. A greeting is the part where we say dear and then whoever we're writing to. Okay, so all of you are going to be writing to me. So you're going to start your greeting with Dear Mrs. Eisenberg. And then after you write your greeting, you put a comma. Okay, so you need to start with a capital D for dear. And of course, we always capitalize the name of the person we're writing to. And then we end our greeting with a comma. So Dear Mrs. Eisenberg, comma. Okay. Then if you want to, you can go ahead and push the enter button 2 times. 1, 2. And that's it for today. That's your entire writing assignment. We just wanted to get your document set up and have you look at the letters. So tomorrow we will start writing our letter, and we're going to keep talking about that book, Dear Dragon, to use as our model. So I will see you guys for writing tomorrow.